पोस्ट क्या है अदिति?
Uncle Hickerman.
अच्छा,
So, Uncle, when will the next semester start now after this?
हाँ हीअं आहे त अगस्त जे 10 या 11 तारीख़।
Okay.
हाँ, that will be a next semester which is, I would call it fall semester. समर में शुरू कंदासीं पर it will end in fall just before Guru Nanak's birthday, नवंबर
Okay.
में। हर साल असीं 2 सेमेस्टर्स कंदा आहियूं। हिकिड़ो थींदो आहे स्प्रिंग सेमेस्टर जेको अॼु कंक्लूड थो थिए, ऐं ॿियो थींदो आहे फॉल सेमेस्टर जेको गुरु नानक जे जनम खां अॻु में असीं कंक्लूड कंदा आहियूं। ठीक है।
So will it be a repeat of this class, or will it be a next level for the current students?
हाँ, अॼु असांखे इन बारे में थोरो तव्हां खां सलाह करणी हुई। That was one of the reasons I wanted all of you to join. प्रिया जय झूलेलाल, पिंकेश जय झूलेलाल।
जय झूलेलाल अंकल।
कीअं आहियो? सभु ठीकु आहियो?
हाँ ठीक आहियो।
जय
तव्हां कीअं आहियो?
झूलेलाल अंकल।
जय झूलेलाल प्रिया। मोहन जय झूलेलाल।
जय झूलेलाल अंकल।
मूंखे स्क्रीन शेयर करण ॾियो त देन आई विल असांजे हिन क्लास में जीअं त प्रिया आहे, पिंकेश आहे, त ही कुझु वक़्त खां वठी क्लास में ईंदड़ आहिनि। मोर देन अ ईयर, आई वुड से इवन लॉन्गर देन दैट। त मूं ॾिठो आहे त एज न्यू स्टूडेंट्स कम एवरी ईयर, तो उनजी जेका लेवल हूंदी आहे सिंधीअ जी, किन जी तमामु बिगनर लेवल ते हूंदी आहे, किन जी इंटरमीडिएट लेवल ते हूंदी आहे, किन जी सुठी हूंदी आहे। त असां जूनियर्स खे त अलॻि कयो आहे ऐं एडल्ट यूथ खे अलॻि कयो आहे, पर एडल्ट यूथ में we have not been able to create 2 or 3 levels which could normally be done। पर उन जो रीज़न बि हिकिड़ो आहे त केतिरा स्टूडेंट जेके अॻु में आया हुआ, हिकु सेमेस्टर, 2 सेमेस्टर, 3 सेमेस्टर, त उन्हनि खे मूं ॾिठो त in the subsequent classes also they benefited from learning the essentials repeatedly। छो जो प्रैक्टिस जेका आहे सा सभिनी जी तमामु सुठी कोन थी थिए। उन जो कारण हिकिड़ो इहो बि आहे त घर में केरु ॻाल्हाइण वारो कोन्हे, या चैट ग्रुप में नथा वञनि, त लेवल ऑफ प्रोफिशंसी जंहिंखे चइजे न, त भई कॉन्वर्सेशनल सिंधी में केतिरे क़दुरु प्रोफिशन था थियनि। त उन में मूं ॾिठो त 3-4 स्टूडेंट्स तिन तमामु बेनिफिट कयो आहे। जीअं प्रिया आहे, शी हैज़ बेनिफिटेड द मोस्ट, ऐं पिंकेश आहे त ही इज़ ऑल्सो डूइंग ग्रेट। पर बिकॉज दे वांट टू कंटिन्यू लर्निंग मोर एंड मोर, त हिननि खे बेनिफिट मिलंदो आहे when the new students come in the class, that I review with them lot of fundamentals। त उन में हिननि खे बि जीअं कोन थींदो आहे मज़बूत थींदी आहे फाउंडेशन, तीअं थींदो आहे। some may feel that भई ही त असां अॻु में ॿुधो आहे, भई this is what we learned before. Do we need to know this? The reason that I like to review the fundamentals every year, the sabni ke changi tarah yaad pae. ऐं प्रैक्टिस घटि हुअण जे करे ॿुधी त सघनि था सभु, पर ॻाल्हाइण में उन्हनि खे अञा बि तकलीफ़ थी थिए। त उन खे इम्प्रूव करण जे लाइ इफ कुछ रिपीटेशन थे in the new classes, I don't think they lose anything, they only gain. And more जेके lessons आहिनि, I have lessons that I can use in the next semester, which will be all new lessons. पर उन में छा थींदो जो with a break of 1.5 months, जे अॻु में तव्हां सम्झो त मूं हाणे तव्हांखे मोकिलिया आहिनि about 32 lessons so far. कहीं लिस्ट में ॾिसंदा न 32, तंहिंमें अल्फाबेट, singular, plural, pronouns, basic grammar, तंहिंमें verbs, different tenses for first person, second person, third person. ऐं तंहिंखां पोइ असां कया आहिनि rules of writing Sindhi sentences, तंहिंमें verb किथे अचे, ऐं पोइ we also shared lot of vocabulary words. There is so much information which is given, how much has been assimilated and used by you in your conversation. Or it depends from person to person. मूंखे ईअं लॻंदो आहे त nobody loses if there is some repetition. They only gain. Nobody has lost. And we can keep adding new lessons along with review of the old lessons. But supposing the construction of the class in the next year, if not the next semester, उन में समझो 75% सब नवा students था अचनि, then there may be little more emphasis on the fundamentals, which also benefits the senior students. पर मुंहिंजे चवण जो मतिलबु छा हो त सफ़ा रिव्यू न कजे ऐं jump into the next level, तंहिंमें शायदि थोड़ी तव्हां सां बि तकलीफ़ थींदी तव्हांखे, because you may not have practiced all the rules and all the information fully. Do you feel that way or not? तो कुछ तो एडवांटेज मिलंदी भाई कुछ रिव्यू करण सां पोइ अॻियां वधिजे, त जीअं को न मां चवंदो आहियां त भाई ॿुधल त सभिनी जो आहे पर यादि कंहिंखे आहे? Who remembers and who uses it? ॿुधल त सभिनी जो आहे, पर जे उनखे रिपीट थो कजे त उन में it improves the memory and then capacity to use it. मूंखे इन मां ईअं महसूस थियो आहे in the past that by some repetition always helps, and then we can go on building upon it. I have got worksheets, I have got lessons which will take you to the next level. पर अॼु मूंखे तव्हां खां इहो पुछणो हो त ही जेके लेसन्स आहिनि असां कया आहिनि, इन्हनि मां जे असीं कुझु रिपीट कयूं नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर में, that will only benefit you, or do you feel that you will not be interested in those classes? I would like to hear
Very interested.
frank opinion.
Will be interested, uncle, for sure.
You will be interested. Okay.
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah, same.
Agreed. Same
Yes.
here.
Same here. Mm-hmm.
Nobody will feel that they are losing something.
No, no.
If at all anything is going to be a gain, and what we can do, we can speed up the review वो कोन थींदो आहे जीअं भई you are good at it but it's good to remind and then we move on. त असांजो इहो ई थींदो सेकेंड सेमिस्टर में क्विक रिव्यू एंड मूव ऑन, क्विक रिव्यू एंड मूव ऑन. त उन में तव्हांखे हिकिड़े क़िस्म जी छा चइबो आहे सहूलियत थींदी टू रिकलेक्ट. अदरवाइज इफ आई से लास्ट सेमिस्टर वी हैड डिस्कस दिस, डू यू रिमेंबर दिस, हाणे ओॾी महिल ताईं बि सोचींदा अंकल ॿुधायो तो पर हाणे छा चयो हुअईं. सिंगुलर टू प्लूरल जेको रूल हो भाई ज़ाल त प्लूरल छा थींदो फेमिनाइन में या यूं, ऐं मैस्कुलाइन में छा थींदो प्लूरल ओ त ओ त आ. छोकरो छोकरा, हथ हथ, मैस्कुलाइन में प्लूरल कीअं थो ठहे. हाणे दीज आर बेसिक रूल्स जेके मूं तव्हांखे ॿुधाया आहिनि, पर सडनली यू विल बी एबल टू रीयूज़ इट. I want to leave it to you how much you can process that information जेका असां में शेयर कई है, and how much you are able to use and how do you get some benefit by reviewing it once again. ठीक है करण?
हाँ अंकल, मेहरबानी.
प्रिया तूं चओ.
ही सभु रिव्यू मुंहिंजे लाइ ॾाढो मदद थी वियो. हिन जे करे मां सभु यादि कंदी आहियां. हर सेशन असां रिव्यू कंदा मूंखे यादि ईंदी.
ये याद ईंदो आहे रिव्यू करण सां.
हा.
That is the basic fundamental rule of learning. हिकिड़ो दफ़ो ॿुधण सां माण्हू ग्रास्प कोन करे सघंदो, ॿियो दफ़ो ॿुधंदो ग्रास्प कंदो, टियों दफ़ो हुनखे वरी अप्लाई करिणो आहे. अप्लाई कयोसीं त हाणे असीं सिटुनि में कमु आणे सघूं था. कैन आई स्पीक, कैन आई स्पीक द सेंटेंस इन प्रेजेंट टेंस, प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस, कैन आई स्पीक द सेम थिंग इन फ्यूचर, एंड कैन आई स्पीक द सेम थिंग इन पास्ट टेंस. त इहो कोन थींदी नॉलेज ऑफ हाउ टू conjugate the verb in every tense and use it correctly. त पोइ प्रैक्टिस करण सां उहो पाण ई अचणु लॻंदो आहे. मूं तव्हांखे टेबल्स त ॾिनियूं आहिनि, पर आई डोंट एक्सपेक्ट दैट यू विल बी एबल टू प्रोसेस एवरी वर्ब इन ऑल टेंसेस विदाउट लुकिंग एट इट. मुंहिंजी कोशिशि त इहा ई थींदी त जीअं तव्हांखे अंदरूनी इहा जेका आहे फीलिंग अचे. ॿुधां थी, ॿुधां पेई, ॿुधंदसि, ॿुधो पास्ट टेंस. हाणे इहो फेमिनाइन हो. ॿुधां थो, ॿुधां पियो, ॿुधंदुसि, ॿुधो. And this was just, you are listening to me, I picked up that one word. The variations, conjugations, how they apply to the tenses and the gender. इहो हिकिड़ो दफ़ो अची वञे हली, then what happens? You don't have to think twice in using the verb. So that will be my approach. त जीअं तव्हांजी सिंधी ॿोली जेका आहे सा फंडामेंटली स्ट्रॉन्ग हुजे, ऐं पोइ हाणे प्रैक्टिस कंदासीं असीं more and more sentences using different objects, subjects, issues. त उन्हनि ते असीं सिंधीअ में ॻाल्हाए सघूं. हाणे अॼु मां तव्हांखे वठी थो हलां हीउ जेको लेसन मूं तव्हांखे अॻु में मोकिलियो 10 नंबर, लिंकिंग एंड हेल्पिंग वर्ब्स. इन में सेकंड पार्ट जेको आहे सो आहे इंडेफिनेट प्रोनाउंस. मूं तव्हांखे अॻु में बि कराया हुआ, पर अॼु तकर में जेके बाक़ी पंज छह ॿिया आहिनि, आई विल डू दैट विथ यू. अॻे हफ़्ते असां ही कया हुआ बी एम इज़ आर वॉज वर. वी डिड ऑल दैट. सिंधीअ में कीअं थी, आहियां, आहे, आहियूं, होसि, हुए, हुआ, been, वियल आयूं, थी, आयासी, being, थियूं पिया, do, कर, does, करे थो, करे थी, कंदर आहे, did, कयो, कयईं, have, अथई, अथव, has, वट आहे, had, वट हो. All these are linking verbs. त पोइ असांखे अॼु इन में we will do indefinite pronouns. After that we will go into writing speaking sentences. ठीक है? तव्हांखे ॾुखियो त कोन लॻो जेको मूं तकर में रिव्यू कयो, जेको लास्ट वीक असां कयो क्लास में. Some of you were not present, but you might have felt that I rushed through it. The reason is this: ये uploaded आहे class में, तो I would like you to listen to that class instead of my repeating up to line 19 जेके असां कया हुआ ये verbs, linking verbs. ये हियो, must, ज़रूर, can do, करे सघंदुस, करे सघंदस, छा, ही कम करे सघंदे, हा, मां ज़रूर करे सघंदुस या करे सघंदस. So this one was a linking verb, can do. अॼु कंदासीं ही जेके indefinite pronouns आहिनि. Definite pronouns कहिड़ा हुआ? मां, तूं, हीउ, उहे, तव्हीं. They were definite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns कहिड़ा थींदा आहिनि? Someone, anyone, somebody, anybody, nobody, everybody, and please. These are in English. इन जा equivalent सिंधीअ में कीअं आहिनि? Someone खे चइबो आहे को त हिकु, someone या कंहिं. को त हिकु जवाब ॿुधाए या जवाब ॾे. Will someone please reply? को त हिकु जवाब ॾे या ॿुधाए. This is a Sindhi sentence. Someone. Someone raised the hand. कंहिं हथ मथे खयो. Did someone, छा कंहिं हथ मथे खयो? कंहिं. Someone. So someone is used in two contexts. को त हिकु या कंहिं. This is how you use this someone in Sindhi. छा कंहिं हथ मथे कयो? Did somebody raise the hand? छा means question है. कंहिं. Did someone raise the hand? कंहिं. तो सब चो कहें. Everybody repeat. कहें. It's a nasal sound. कहें. Someone.
Yeah.
ये है
कहें. या को त हिकु. Will someone reply? को त हिकु ॿुधाए. को त हिकु. Someone.
Ko tahika.
को त हिकु. Someone.
What the heck?
This is exactly what someone means. Ko ta hiku. Will
Ko
at least one person
को
say ko ta hiku? Anyone. Kerbu. Kerbu hiku budhaye. Anyone can tell me. Kerbu hiku. Apo tu kare budhaye. This is definite. Tu. पर इनमें indefinite छा हो? केर बि हिकु ॿुधाए. Indefinite. Definite छा थियो? तूं करे ॿुधाए. Supposing I am asking the class and nobody is able to reply, I can say, चङो पिंकेश तूं करे ॿुधाए. न त चवंदुसि indefinite में केर बि करे ॿुधाए. Anybody can tell me. हाणे अचे तो लाइन नंबर 3. Somebody. हाणे हिन में Do you see body is included in this word? Some body. The इन जो equivalent सिंधी में छा थींदो? कंहिं माण्हू. Body माना माण्हू. कंहिं माण्हू. छा कंहिं माण्हूअ ॾिठो? Did somebody see? And body is human being. सिंधीअ में equivalent कहिड़ो आहे? माण्हू. कंहिं माण्हू. छा कंहिं माण्हूअ ॾिठो? Did somebody see? हा. घणनि ई ॾिठो. हा, many saw it. Many people saw it. छा कंहिं माण्हूअ ॾिठो? त कंहिं माण्हू. सभु चओ. कंहिं माण्हू is what? Somebody. कंहिं माण्हू. सभु चओ. कंहिं माण्हू.
Ke manu.
हा. छा
कंहिं
कंहिं
माण्हू.
माण्हूअ ॾिठो?
कंहिं माण्हू ॾिठो.
कंहिं
छा
माण्हू
कंहिं
ॾिठो.
माण्हूअ ॾिठो? छा कंहिं माण्हूअ ॿुधो?
और कंहिं
Did
माण्हू
somebody
Ke
listen?
manu buddho.
हा. त
कंहिं
कंहिं
माण्हू
माण्हू is exactly the same as somebody. ऐं पोइ आहे लाइन नंबर चोथों anybody. Anybody में छा थियो? कहिड़ो बि माण्हू. कहिड़ो बि माण्हू. Any. Anybody. कहिड़ो बि माण्हू. कहिड़ो बि माण्हू उथी बीहे. Anybody can stand up. कहिड़ो बि माण्हू उथी बीहे. या मूंखे जवाब ॾे. कहिड़ो बि माण्हू. Anybody. मां उथां थो. The response में somebody will say मां उथां थो. कहिड़ो बि माण्हू. मां उथां थो या मां उथां थी. That will be the reply. मां उथां थो. मां उथां थी. लाइन नंबर 5 है no one. No one. को बि हिकु न. And do you see the word no one में body अखर कोने. माना
Question.
माण्हू अखर कोने उन में.
Question on number 4. So it's it is still kero be manu even if you're addressing like all female audience, all
Yeah.
girls.
माण्हू में फीमेल मेल सभु अची विया हाली. कहिड़ो बि माण्हू. Anybody can stand up and tell me. कहिड़ो बि माण्हू मूंखे ॿुधाए. माण्हू is here generic word for body which could be male or female. Good question, Pinkesh. It is generic for human being. कहिड़ो बि माण्हू. माण्हू त ॾाढा घणा आया हुआ. पर मां कंहिंखे सुञाणंदो कोन हुउसि. माण्हू. There were a lot of people. माण्हू त ताम घणा. पर मां कंहिंखे कोन सुञाणंदो हुउसि. I did not know anybody. मां कंहिं बि माण्हू खे कोन सुञाणंदो हुउसि. I did not know anybody. मां कंहिं बि माण्हू खे कोन सुञाणंदो हुउसि. हुआ त घणेई. पर मां कंहिं बि माण्हूअ खे कोन सुञाणंदो हुउसि. You see the sentence? हुआ त घणेई. There were many. But मां कंहिं बि माण्हूअ खे कोन सुञाणंदो हुउसि. I did not know anybody. Line number 5. No one. को बि हिकु न. को बि हिकु न. No is न. को बि हिकु is no one. One माना हिकु. को बि हिकु न. No one. को बि हिकु अंब पकल कोन हो. I went to the store to buy mangoes. को बि हिकु अंब पकल कोन हो. सभु कचा हुआ. हाणे हिते people are not involved. I am talking about object. Because there is no word body in this. को बि हिकु अंब पकल कोन हो. सभु कचा हुआ. All mangoes were raw. हिकु बि अंब पकल कोन हो. No one को बि हिकु अंदर न ईंदो. हाणे I am using it for human beings. को बि अंदर न ईंदो. Nobody will come inside. So को बि, no one, can be applied to both human beings and objects, because word body is not there. को बि हिकु अंदर अची सघे थो. Any one of you can come inside. ऐं को बि हिकु अंदर न ईंदो. No one will come inside. को बि हिकु अंदर न ईंदो. No one will come inside. So this applies to the human beings and can also be used for objects, because word does not include body. हाणे लाइन नंबर 6 में बॉडी अची वियो. नो बॉडी. नो बॉडी माना को बि माण्हू न. को बि माण्हू न. नो बॉडी. को बि माण्हू न वञे. नो बॉडी विल गो आउटसाइड. को बि माण्हू न वञे. Now I cannot use this body for a mango, because object is human being. So this can only be used को बि माण्हू न वञे. को बि माण्हू अंदर न अचे. Nobody to come inside. को बि माण्हू. को बि माण्हू ॿुधाए. को बि माण्हू न. नो बॉडी. को बि माण्हू न ॻाल्हाए. नो बॉडी विल स्पीक. को बि माण्हू न ॻाल्हाए. न. नो बॉडी. लाइन 7 जेका ऐसा है, एवरीबॉडी माना सभु माण्हू. एवरीबॉडी. हाणे दिस इज different from everyone. This is everybody, but this can only be applied to human beings. Sab manu. Everybody was keen to learn Sindhi. Sab manu tamam utsuk हुआ त असीं सिंधी सिखूं. सब माण्हू. सब माण्हू अंदर अचो. Everybody please come inside. Everybody sit down. सब माण्हू वेही रहो. हाणे माण्हू में हिन में girls, boys, all of them are there. माण्हू माना human being. तंहिंमें मर्द बची विया, ज़ालूं बची वियूं. नमेश, पायल, आयो ही समझ में. The word body comes into play. The माण्हू. Pinkesh Chaw.
So in English, sometimes you say you're a nobody. How is it like?
हाँ.
Air kone or like how do you say it in Sindhi?
तू कुछ भी कोन आई. You are
कुछ भी.
nobody to talk on this subject. तोखे का अब हैसियत कोने. उन्हें चवंदा आहिनि ना, you are nobody to speak on this subject. तोखे का हैसियत कोने. माण्हू आई पर तोखे हैसियत माना you have no
Status.
height or personality or standing.
Expertise, yeah.
हाँ. चो प्रिया.
Could it also mean like, and you may have said this, I didn't hear it, it's like you have no right to speak on it, like you don't have the knowledge to speak on this?
हाँ. You are nobody to speak on this subject. तोखे का हैसियत कोने, तोखे का standing कोने, तोखे का knowledge कोने. You are nobody. पर असीं जंहिं वर्ड अखर का माणींदा आहियूं नो बॉडी, उहो छा आहे, को बि माण्हू न. को बि माण्हू न ॻाल्हाए. Nobody please speak in the class. Nobody will go out. को बि माण्हू ॿाहिरि न वेंदो, को बि माण्हू न वेंदो, will not go outside. Everybody में सभु माण्हू अंदरि अचो, सभु माण्हू अची वियो. Sit down. All of you, please sit down. नमेश, तोखे सम्झ में अचे पियो इहो?
मूं सम्झो.
ॾाढो सुठो. The last is please. हाणे प्लीज़ अखर जेको आहे महिरबानी करे, अंग्रेजी में असीं प्लीज़ तमामु घणो कमु आणींदा आहियूं न. महिरबानी करे वेह, प्लीज़ सिट डाउन. महिरबानी करे न ॻाल्हायो, प्लीज़ डू नॉट स्पीक. महिरबानी करे अंदरि अचो, प्लीज़ कम इनसाइड. प्लीज़ महिरबानी करे. हा प्रिया.
Can't say, boy, I'm sorry. Like,
सॉरी जो अखर जेको आहे,
sorry, मूंखे देर थी वियो. हाँ?
सॉरी जो
माफी हो जाए ना.
हिंदी में
माफी I would think, right? No?
माफी तलब जब मां माफी तलब थो कयां. माफी तलब माना I am seeking forgiveness. I seek forgiveness. मां माफी तलब थो कयां, माफी जो तलबगार आहियां. I am seeking forgiveness. तलबगार आहियां. माफी means
मूंखे देर
forgiveness.
थी वियो, माफी तलब.
Sorry is actually condensed word for maafi, forgiveness. Sorry.
Uncle,
So, Karan,
I looked on the Romanized Sindhi .org website. It said Gumji. Sorry is Gumji.
huh?
Gumji. It's GH. Here, I'm gonna GHHAMGEEN. Gumji.
Gha.
So
He's
yeah,
gonna
because
He's gonna put it in the chat.
yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
One thing I noticed,
Sorry.
Uncle,
Huh.
I don't know if you have the same experience, but in Sindhi or actually even in Hindi, when I'm speaking with my dadi or someone, we don't say thank you, please, sorry so often.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if it's, I noticed one time I
Ah.
was talking with my dadi and I said thank you a few times and she thought it was very strange that I was saying thank you so many times.
Yeah, it's an informal
Ah.
culture. So
Yo,
it's
chai
It's
jo-
more informal.
It's
हाँ.
a, it's
you
a,
don't even
it's
say
a
love you to
cultural, it's a cultural, chai Sindhi mein, we are less formal and more informal.
all Indians, right? Or maybe even Italians and
Huh.
probably lots of other
Whereas
cultures.
in English, they become very formal and using the word sorry, please. वॾा ॿारनि सां ईअं ॻाल्हाईंदा आहिनि, प्लीज़ गिव मी दिस. असीं ॿारनि खे थोरी चवंदा महिरबानी करे खणी ॾे. ॿारनि खे चओ हीअ दे, मूंखे ॾिजाए त सही. ऐं थैंक यू कोन चइबी ॿारनि खे, पुठी ते करे हथु लॻाइबो आहे. हू सम्झी वेंदा आहिनि त थैंक यू थी वियो. महिरबानी करे या मां तुंहिंजो शुक्रगुज़ार आहियां, तव्हांजी घणी घणी महिरबानी. त
That
इहे
makes so
अखर
much
आहिनि,
sense.
अंग्रेज़ीअ मां असांखे कमु आणण जी आदत पइजी वई आहे, इन करे कमु आणजनि था. वॾी ॻाल्हि छा आहे, जो असांजा ॿार जेके आहिनि न, दे आर गोइंग टू दोज़ स्कूल्स एंड कॉलेजिस जिते इंग्लिश जो इन्फ्लुएंस घणो आहे. त प्लीज़ एंड सॉरी, but they are not bad words, they are good words to be used. Only thing is, why is it sorry not said very frequently in Sindhi? चङो भला, हाणे खणी ॻाल्हि छॾ, माना forget about it, I have given up. त असांखे पंहिंजे चवण जो नमूनो ॿियो थींदो आहे.
In fact, I would say it's the opposite also. Like if you say thank you to a close friend, then that friend can get hurt that why are you saying thank you to me? I'm your close friend. So you're like, this is expected from me.
हा,
So people even don't like it if you
Ah.
say thank you.
ऐं घणी दफ़ा माण्हू चवंदा आहिनि
Don't want that formality here.
हा, थैंक यू चवण जो को ज़रूरु कोन्हे. इट इज़ अंडरस्टूड.
Yeah, no, people say that's because I say thank you a lot, like, oh, thank you for making this dish. And my dad's like, why are you saying thank you?
Yeah, it's
Because it was
expected,
nice
and
that you made the dish and I didn't have to cook.
because I
And
think formality is considered like opposite of closeness. So if you're being
हाँ
formal, then you're not close, sort of like
पैंच
that's
पाई में जैसे चइबो आहे न पैंच पाई में न को सॉरी चइबो आहे न को थैंक यू चइबो आहे
yeah.
it is understood you look at somebody and from the eyes you convey it thank you
Yeah, so if you
you
say it
don't
to
have to
outsiders or
हाँ
strangers, yeah, you say them to strangers, but don't say it to like family. That's
so if you want to amalgamate
attitude.
English etiquette into Sindhi इहो महिरबानी अखर कमु आणणु शुक्रगुज़ार आहियां माफ़ी तलबगार आहियां इहे चई सघजनि था पर दे आर क्वाइट फॉर्मल इन सिंधी लैंग्वेज
Or any Indian language. Yeah, all Indians, I think.
मूं इन करे तव्हांखे पछाड़ी में इहो अखर विधो आहे प्लीज़ हिते कंहिंखे चइजे प्लीज़ गिव मी मूंखे हीउ ॾिजांइ त सही हाणे मूं करे पंहिंजे वाइफ खे चयो या पंहिंजे पुट खे चयो या धीउ खे चयो मूंखे ॾिजांइ त सही तव्हां गिलास पाणी जो ॾिजांइ उन में हाणे देयर इज़ नो actual verb which says word says मेहरबानी करे ॾिजांइ
see, and that's the difference. In English, I would say, could you please get me a glass of water? Thank you for getting me the glass of water. And then they look at me like, why are you saying that?
yeah
Because
सिंधीअ में चवण जो आहे कान्हे
this is making so much sense right now because they're all looking at me like I guess it's implied or it's understood like within family or like Pinkesh was saying close friends. It's just a given that that's good, that's how it is. But I just grew up saying please and thank you if you appreciate something someone
That's
did.
what I'm saying, that because of the school, colleges, or wherever we go to, English influence is more. The इन करे मां तव्हांखे ही वर्ड मूं हिन में वर्ड इंक्लूड करे छॾियो आहे प्लीज़ महिरबानी करे ट्राई टू यूज़ वेयर प्लीज़ डोंट हैव टू बी यूज़ एंड यू हैव टू से महिरबानी करे
And is there a
Uncle,
word for thank you?
थैंक यू शुक्रगुज़ार आहियां तुंहिंजो घणो शुक्रगुज़ार शुक्र
Uncle, in
शुक्रगुज़ार
formal situations, let's say in Sindh, if you're if there's an announcement or there's a news item or something, how will they say it then? Like in the train station or on the news or something, will they use this formal way or how will they say?
Yeah, I think
कृपया सिंधी हिंदी में चवंदा आहिनि कृपया क्या
Hmm.
यात्रियों से निवेदन है कि अब जो गाड़ी
Even
आती है
Dhanyavad, right? Air India, they always said Dhanyavad.
That's I'm thinking if in Sindh, like in Sindh today, do they have these announcements in Urdu mainly or in Sindhi or?
उते यूज़ कंदा आहिनि ख़बर अथई छाजे करे छो जो उते उर्दूअ जो घणो इन्फ्लुएंस आहे सिंध में
Okay.
उर्दू हैज़ taken over a lot of influence over Sindhi because the country is dominated by Urdu speaking Punjabis.
Right.
पंजाबीअ में उर्दूअ में जेके अखर कमाणींदा आहिनि उहे they are being forced upon Sindhis to use them in writing, in speaking. So they use these formal words, ute. It's the influence of Urdu.
But so in Sindhi, it doesn't really exist?
you
No,
can see, right?
sorry
It's
word
like,
is
like two words, meherbani kare. So it's not a, I think it's more used in like if you're talking to a superior or to a king or you're to a, even like equals, if your strangers are equals, like even a shopkeeper, you wouldn't say, mostly you wouldn't use these formalities as much. But if he's a superior or a king, so that's why you have like two words. It's not even one word. It's like a big word. And it's a
It's a
very,
translation trying to directly translate after the fact.
and it's a very extreme word. Meherbani kare is more like, please be grateful to me or something like that. It's not a simple.
It's not casual. Yeah.
Grateful is said
It's
in
almost like you're
तुंहिंजी
speaking to
घणी
a king.
महिरबानी तुंहिंजी घणी महिरबानी I am grateful to you तुंहिंजी घणी महिरबानी
Yeah.
grateful to you.
So
Like I think it
nobody
comes
would
from that kind of language.
nobody would ever say like, could you please get me a glass of water?
मूंखे पाणी जो गिलास त ॾिजांइ
Okay, not in America, you wouldn't say that.
Priya, you just got to start being more more rude with people around
Not
you.
rude, that's not part of the culture. So it's
Be
more
more
about
direct.
closeness. As I
Yeah.
said, it's considered, if you're close, then you're not supposed
More
to.
open. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
If you say it, then it's strange. Yeah. So it's not part of the culture. And I think it's Probably a lot of world cultures are like that. If probably
Hmm.
not English, Anglo.
Hmm.
Probably all that comes from Queen's English or something. I don't know.
असांजे सिंधीअ में जेका स्पेशलिटी आहे जेका मूं हिते लिखी किथे कोन्हे, हिकिड़ो भूंडो ऐं ॿियो हेठि अथई। इहे जेके वॾा कमाईंदा हुआ विद यंगस्टर्स, त उन जो कुझु मतिलबु अलॻि हूंदो हो। भूंडो ॾियणु जेको आहे न सिंधीअ में has got lot of meanings, how it is given, how you are expressing, and what does it mean. etiquette does not exist in any other culture, even in India or elsewhere. भूंडो ॾियणु जेको आहे न, या सॼो भूंडो या ही अधु भूंडो। हेठि अथई, अॼु तो मूंखे फोन करी, या हेठि अथई, अॼु थी मूंसां ॻाल्हाई। हेठि अथई means what? Shame on you. हेठि अथई। Aren't you sorry? तंहिंखे चइबो हेठि अथई। हेठि अथई, हेतिरे ॾींहंनि खां मूंखे फोन कयो अथई, मां पई चवां अलाए केॾां वई आहीं, तो मूंखे विसारे छॾियो आहे। त चवंदा आहिनि हेठि अथई। हेठि अथई means what? You are conveying this without speaking. हेठि अथई। हाणे असीं जॾहिं सिंध मां आयासीं इंडिया में, त राजस्थान में जिते अची रहियासीं, उते जा जेके मारवाड़ी हुआ ऐं राजस्थानी हुआ, they were totally flabbergasted by seeing this bhundo. Sindhi women used to give bhundo कंहिंखे सम्झ गार्ब ॾियणी हूंदनि न, हेठि अथई, वञी ॿेड़ी तरई, वञी खॾ में पओ। So they used to tell this like to the servant or anyone without actually gar कोन ॾींदा हुआ। No cursing, but this was cursing. हेठि अथई। हेॾी महिल आयो वई, हेॾो देरि सां आयो वई, भईअ खे चवंदा हुआ। हाणे when they saw this, Rajasthani people and Hindustani people, they were totally surprised. They did not know what was this bhundo. So same way as you are saying please and sorry, bhundo does not exist in India in any community. It was only specific in Sindhis. ॿारनि खे गार कोन ॾींदा हुआ, पर चवंदा हेठि अथई, कारो मुंहुं थियई, हेॾो देरि सां हेॾो अंदरि आयो वई, सॼो ॾींहुं रांदि वेही कई अथई, पढ़ंदे केॾी महिल। हेठि अथई, कारो मुंहुं थियई। हाणे what was this? This has nothing as far as the culture is concerned in other Indian communities. So this is the other end of it, Sindhi language जो, जिते sorry ऐं please कोन्हे, उते वरी इहो आहे, भूंडो ऐं हेठि अथई।
In fact, being very informal, almost to the point of being rude, is like considered a sign of closeness, like within
Without
friends.
cursing,
Yeah.
and at a distance. Supposing the child was standing far away, भूंडो अथई। हाणे that itself, without cursing at a long distance, the child will know the mother is now unhappy with me.
Yeah. Expressing.
अञा ताईं हेठि रांदि कयो, अचो अंदरि अचो। Once this one shown, kids knew that mom is getting mad now, and they would come.
And traditionally, there's no good morning, good evening, good night. There's no I love you between family members. Right?
उते हमेशा कीअं आयो? That is the way always greeting. कीअं आई?
So that's also, if somebody's coming, you're meeting someone from outside, right? Not to family
कीअं
members.
आई? पाण में गॾजंदा त फ्रेंड्स में कीअं आई? ख़बर छा ॾे? सभु ठीकु है ना? कीअं आई? या कीअं आहियो?
So
Uncle, my
uncle,
daddy
the
used to do bujo.
हाँ
It's a hat thai bujo. Bujo
हाँ
ॾींदा आहिनि न?
हाँ,
Oh,
वो
same,
प्यार
I
में बि
think.
ॾिबो हो ऐं कावर में बि ॾिबो हो।
प्यार में त केरु कोन थींदो आहे।
ॾींदा हुआ, हिक ॿिए में साहेड़ियूं चवंदियूं हेठि अथई, अॼु यादि कयो अथई मूंखे, हेतिरनि ॾींहंनि खां पोइ आई आहीं।
अच्छा अच्छा।
They used to, I've seen this happening and they never took offense to it. हेठि अथई,
Okay.
हाणे यादि पई आहियां मां तोखे, हेतिरा ॾींहं केॾां वई हुईं? हीअं नंढो बूंदो ॾींदा हुआ, पर वॾो बूंदो नौकरनि खे या उन्हनि खे, when you wanted to curse the servant, हेठि अथई मुआ,
Yeah.
हेॾो देरि सां आयो वई, उनखे वरी मुआ अखर चवंदा हुआ। मुआ means
हा,
what?
मुंहिंजी ॾाॾी कंदी हुई।
हा,
Yeah,
मुआ,
we need a
मुआ अखर
lesson.
was used for all the servants. मुआ देर सां आयो वई. Mua means what? Dead man? No. It was way of telling someone. Look here.
there's a way of even I've noticed with my dadi and her friends, there's a way of cursing. They're not cursing by being vulgar or saying bad words. It's like the very open expression of frustration.
Mua
Ah,
chayo.
Mua
chari, chario, mua.
chariyo wahi.
Yeah, we need a lesson on Sindhi curses.
And then
Uncle, we should have that follow-up.
Expressing anger in Sindhi.
you want me to write that? I have not written a lesson like this. I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
write
No,
it and
this
that
should
will
be page
become
1 of your workbook, uncle.
Expressing anger
I will.
and frustration.
Maybe it should not be recorded.
Another word which was used very often, Shalaberi Budai. Beri Budai made your boat sink. Beri Budai. This is the word commonly used. And Chato, we Sindhis were always navigating along the Sindhu River. And they used to go for trading for centuries, thousands of years. The berry was essential part of our communication and traveling. The कंहिंखे जे चवणो पवंदो हो न, the berry ॿुॾई, may your boat sink. It was considered to be like a very big thing that you are told. हिते त कंहिंखे कोन चइबो because nobody has berry. Nobody carries a boat around or uses boat. But Beri Budei was a word which was used very commonly in Sindh. Beri Budei. And everybody understood the meaning. वो बेरी
Is
बुड आया हुआ है हींअर सॼो ॾींहुं
it
रोई
the
पिनी हींअर आयो आहे
is it the same as Bedi Saithe?
हम्म?
Bedi Saithe same है?
हाँ साई थे माना you will prosper.
Oh,
हाँ साई थे माना everything will flourish.
अच्छा अच्छा.
हाँ flourish opposite. पर बुडई may your boat sink. No, that was literal meaning. Actually, it was cursing. बेरी बुडो बुधे किथे तो बस बेरी बुडो माना है नहीं बेरी में ही बुडल है. He doesn't listen to me. बेरी बुडो बुधे किथे तो. This is what I've heard. All ladies used to speak in this, and this was our Sindhi culture. It is very uncommon. You will hear this now, but you brought up the subject, so it was good. From the word please, we went on to sorry and all other things. That was
Uncle,
it.
my dad was telling me when he was younger, there was one kid in his neighborhood who was very naughty, and his mom was very strict. So she would tell him, हल तगर चंपलों सा रान कराइंदी मैं.
चंपल सा.
हाँ, चंपल सा रान कराइंदी.
हाँ चंपल माना
हाँ.
स्लीपर.
हाँ, but it was, I was thinking rand means play or fun or this, but it was her way of shouting at him.
या चंपल सा मार ॾींदी से
हाँ.
might beat you with my slipper. अॻे हथ कोन कमाणींदा हुआ घणो करे, पर चंपल सां मार ॾींदी से या बूंडो ॾींदा हुआ, उन में सम्झी वञिबो what was the communication of the parents to the children or to the domestic servants. हाणे अॼु मूं तव्हांजे लाइ जेको ही लेसन आंदो आहे न 20th, it was to improve your conversational skills. हिन में क्वेश्चन आहे ऐं आंसर ॾिनल आहे, पर आंसर इज इन वन वर्ड which if you were to reply, I would like you to see if you can make a sentence using that word. This is an exercise. आहे छा? सिंध ऐं सिंधी question answers, सवाल ऐं जवाब. This is the question here, this is the answer, but how can you construct or form into a sentence? That is where you have to give the full answer. Let me blow it up little more. हाणे तव्हांखे ॾिसण में अचे पियो? Question
Yeah,
number,
uncle.
Uncle.
where were Vedas and the scriptures of Hindu religion written? Hindu religion जा scriptures, Veda, किथे लिखिया विया हुआ? Where were they written? Answer is one small word, Sindhu je kinare. But if you were to write a sentence in reply to the question, the छा लिखंदा? वेद सिंधु जे किनारे ते लिखिया विया हुआ. Where were they written? Now you can relate. The exercise is what? Question is in English. The main answer is in one word, but you have to form into a sentence using the question as a basis for reply. Question is, where were Vedas, the scriptures of Hindu religion, written? Hindu scripture जा जेके religious किताब वेदा हुआ, वेद उहे किथे लिखिया विया हुआ? Where were they written? जवाब है सिंधु जे किनारे, on the banks of Sindhu river. But write a sentence now. Ved Hindun जा scriptures सिंधु जे किनारे ते लिखिया विया हुआ. That should be your full answer. Are you with me? Usha, Priya, Namish, Nitya, Neelam.
हाँ मां ॿुधां पई.
समझ में आयो ना कि जवाब कीअं थो ठहे कंस्ट्रक्शन? This sentence, वेद सिंधु जे किनारे ते लिखिया विया हुआ. That is a simple reply. Hindu scriptures is a qualification of Veda. पर वेद सिंधु जे किनारे ते लिखिया विया हुआ. Were written on the banks of Sindhu river. This is our history. So I have picked up these questions and answers relating to history of Sindh, but giving you an opportunity. It's like a cheat sheet. You got to answer, but construct the sentence. That improves your conversational skills. See, how is this lesson designed? Line number 2. In which Veda word Sindhu is mentioned repeatedly? In which Veda word Sindhu is mentioned repeatedly? कहिड़े वेद में सिंधु अखर घणई दफ़ा कम आयल आहे? कहिड़े वेद में? In which Veda Sindhu word is repeated, is mentioned repeatedly. Is mentioned repeatedly. जवाब है ऋग्वेद में. माना ऋग्वेद में सिंधु अखर घणई दफ़ा कम आंदल आहे. ऋग्वेद में सिंधु अखर घणई दफ़ा कम आंदल आहे. वेद सिंधु जे किनारे ते लिखिया विया हुआ ऐं वेद में कहिड़े में? ऋग्वेद में सिंधु अखर वरी वरी घणी दफ़ा कम आंदल आहे is repeated many times. Line number 3. Who is the origin of, what is the origin of words Hind, Hindu and India? What is the origin of words Hind, Hindu and India? In the origin chai Sindh and Sindhu. How did the words Hind, Hindu and India come into existence? कीअं पैदा थिया इहे अखर? इहे सिंध ऐं सिंधूअ मां पैदा थिया. Word Sindh and Sindhu was pronounced by people from Persia and Iran, that side, thousands of years ago. They could not use word S. They would say H. So they used to call this river Sindhu and the people Sindhis as Hindu and Hind. People Hindus and Hind river. And that gave the name to the country Hindus, Hind, and later on India from Indus River. So what is the origin of Hindu and Hind? The name which is given to the country. You can proudly say that all Hindus and whole country of Hindustan derives its name from word Sindhu and Sindh. We are the proprietors of this word, owners of this word. We have given you the name.
Uncle,
Hindu
can we start
and
saying
Hindustan.
Jai Sindh?
Hmm?
Can we start saying Jai Sindh instead of Jai Hind?
Yeah. Sindh, Sindhu culture is the oldest culture.
Get
As
some
I have
wild
said,
things.
Mohenjo-daro here is the oldest urban civilization. Nobody knew about India at that time. Only Mohenjo-daro culture 7,000, 8,000 years ago. And that was on the bank of Sindhu River. Flourishing economies and flourishing, prosperous culture and civilization existed along Sindhu River. Veda लिखा हुआ होते. That means all the rishis and munis, those who were doing contemplation, divine contemplation, they used to live along the bank of Sindhu River. And that's where the Vedas were created.
So is
Contemplation.
the
Hmm?
Sindhu River is now Indus? Is that what you're saying?
Correct. They call it Indus because of Europeans. Europeans, they
Okay.
called it Indus River and India. And Persians and Arabic people, they could not say S. So they said Hindu, Hindustan. So both these names are because of the river Sindhu, given by outsiders to the people here. They called us by this name. It is not our name. It does not belong to our scriptures. It does not get mentioned in any Vedas. Neither Hindu, nor Hindustan, nor India or Indus. They don't exist in our culture, in our literature, or in our scriptures. Sanatan, Vedic Dharma. Our Vedas and Vedic Dharma. And we Sindhus and people, the river Sindhu. That's why I started with the first two sentences, which was Veda kithe likhya hua wa Sindhu je kinare. And Karo word, Sindhu word जेको है सो कैरे वेद में, ऋग्वेद में repeatedly used किया है. Mana those rishis and munis who were doing contemplation about divinity. They wrote Vedas and they mentioned about the word Sindhu in that, because they used to contemplate along the bank of Sindhu river. So now that goes to establish that Sindhu river, Sindhu culture, Sindhu civilization existed much before all others, and the land and the people here, they acknowledge Sindhu. Others could not pronounce, they call it Hindu and Hindustan, and Europeans further they call it Indus and India.
Maybe we can charge some royalties then.
Absolutely.
And
You
then
have
I
to be
think,
proud about it.
you know, I would go further and say most of the people who settled and entered into India like ages ago came through Sindh or Punjab at the most, right? So most of them ancestors were Sindhis at some point in time, and maybe Punjabis at the most. Probably Sindh was the easiest because it was along the coast, like you're coming in. The settlers who came like
Yeah, settlers came and
10,000,
settled down.
10,000, 20,000 years ago. No, I'm saying even the people who came into India, like the first were Dravidians who went in like 50,000 years ago or whatever. So even those
See,
people came through this land like
see,
outside from.
to
Yeah.
say that people came from outside is not correct. The
I'm
reason
saying,
I'm saying is because
ages ago.
this was the seat of civilization and culture.
Yeah.
So long that people used to go out from here and do trading.
Yeah, this was like probably the crossroads, right? Like of
Yeah,
trading.
Mesopotamia, Egypt, they used to go from here. And this culture was so established that to say that people came and brought culture to our land is wrong. Our people went out and gave culture to others. Much more advanced they were. And they used to navigate along the Sindhu River. The word nav, which is Hindi word nav for the boat, and navigation come from Sindh. Nav occurs from Sindh. Nav and navigation, because of they used to trade going by boat all over the world. That's why I told you about Beri Budei is the word which is at the root of the culture that we depended on navigation and use the boats going all over the world. Line number 4. Which important character of Ramayana was from Sindh? Now you know Ramayana are Hindu scriptures. Veda and तखां Ramayana लिखा हुआ and Mahabharata. The Vedan में जगह केकई है ना, रामायण में केकई, भरत जी माता, she was from Sindh. Kekai was the princess from Sindh, whom Raja Dashrath married as his third wife. Kekai. Same way, Mahabharata character was from Sindh. Jayadratha. Jayadratha was another character in Mahabharata who belonged to Sindh. He was one of the prince of Sindh. Now, Mahabharata comes 6,000 years after Ramayana. Ramayana में केकई जेका हुई सा सिंध मां हुई. Now imagine 6,000 years before Mahabharata, Ramayana is referring to the history of this area, and Kekai is from Sindh. Then comes Mahabharata during Lord Krishna's time. Jayadratha is from Sindh. So what does it say about the history of Sindh? Thousands of years. Not only Vedas mention Sindh, but the characters like Kekai and Jayadratha are from Sindh. Both are mentioned in the scriptures Mahabharata and Ramayana. Name Sindhi king when Arab conquered Sindh in 711 AD. It was Raja Dahar Sen. Raja Dahar Sen सन 1711 में सिंध जो राजा हो जंहिंखे अर्ब अची conquer कयो हो, अर्बन अची conquer कयो. He was the last Sindhi king in the year 712. इन जो नालो छा हो? राजा डाहर सेन. Name Mughal emperor whose mother belonged to Sindh. Akbar बादशाह. अकबर बादशाह जी मां जेका हुई सा सिंध मां हुई. Now this is during Mughal emperor's time. Which Mughal emperor was born in Sindh? Akbar Badshah. He was born in Sindh. Where in Sindh and when? He was born in Amarkot in the year 1542 in Sindh. Amarkot is right here. Amarkot. Can you see here? Amarkot. In 1954, 1542, Akbar was born in Sindh. When did British conquer the last province of India and which one? Sindh was the last province, and the year 1843, Britishers conquered Sindh. So once again, I'll show you on the time scale. From the year 712, when Raja Dayar Sen was defeated by Muhammad bin Qasim, till 1843, for 1133 years, Sindh was ruled by Muslims. From 712 to 1843.
So what was the like ratio of Hindu Sindhis who are Hindus versus Muslims pre-partition? Like was it 50-50 or 70-30?
No, lot less. What happened that first of all, because of the rule of Muslims for 1100 years, there was a lot of forced conversion. Many Hindus were converted forcibly into Islam for a long time. So the proportion of Hindus kept reducing, but they could not completely eliminate Hindus in spite of 1100 years rules, because Hindus were very tenacious. Sindhi Hindus were very tenacious. They decimated all our places of worship, all our temples, all our religious places over 1100 years. They burnt all our literature, scriptures. But Hindus, Sindhis, they were very resilient and very, very strong in their brain and mind. They continued practicing Hindu religion locally in every small place. And without having temples and without having places of worship, they started forming groups with local saints or religious people. इन्हें करे छा थियो सिंध में सवन में संत ऐं फ़कीर पैदा थिया. It is word of mouth, and the local congregations, they continued practicing Hindu religion. Vedic religion, I would say, because our roots are in Vedas. Hindu is the word given up afterwards. But we were following the Vedic religion, and this survived 1100 years of Muslim rule. Although our number diminished, and when Britishers took over in 1843, they at that time, when was the present Persian Arabic Sindhi script formed? When Britishers came in 1843, they found that there were 4 or 5 different scripts being used in Sindh. They said, we want one script so that we can rule the territory. So they created a commission. Sir Francis was one of the chairperson of that. And they studied and they said because major population was Arabic population, Arabic speaking population, Hindus were in minority. So they said, let us create a script which majority can read. But they did not adopt the Arabic script. They created a new Perso-Arabic script, which is the Sindhi script. They created it. And in 1853, that Perso-Arabic Sindhi script was officially announced and used as an official script recognized by the Britishers as the rulers of Sindh in 1853. So the one that we write from right to left, which is known as Sindhi script, came into existence in 1853. It is not oldest script of our land. No, it was created and implemented by British rule in 1853. Which scripts used before 1853? Which scripts were used before 1853? Arabi, Devanagari, Gurmukhi, and Hatwanki. There were 4 different scripts used in Sindh. Hatwanki, Devanagari, Gurmukhi, and Arabi when Britishers came. But they implemented the 5th one, which was Perso-Arabic. When was Sindh annexed to Bombay Presidency and separated? Now, when Britishers came, they said Sindh alone on the west is not good enough. Let's merge it with Bombay, which is south of Sindh, and created a Bombay Presidency in 1847. In 1936, which is 11 years before partition of India, Sindh was separated from Bombay Presidency, which was probably, in my mind, the biggest misfortune of Sindh. Had it been in Bombay Presidency at the time of partition, Sindh would not have gone to Pakistan. Because Bombay Presidency, which included Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Sindh, they had predominant Hindu population. And in our case, Sindh, majority was Muslim population. But combined with Bombay Presidency, Hindu population would have been more than 50%. Then entire Bombay Presidency would not have been given to Pakistan. Sindh would not have gone to Pakistan. But for misfortune of Sindh, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah knew it. He had started the movement of partition. He forced and succeeded in getting in 1936 Sindh separated from Bombay Presidency. That's when in Sindh, Hindus became a minority and Muslim population was a majority. And that became one of the key reasons why Sindh was given away to Pakistan. And Jinnah succeeded in his plan, having separated Sindh from Bombay Presidency, succeeded in his plan in getting Sindh away from India into Pakistan. When was Sindh partition away from India and Pakistan? August 47. August 1947 में सिंध इंडिया खां जुदा करे पाकिस्तान में विधो व्यो हो. This is your Sindhi sentence reply. 1847 में सिंध हिंदुस्तान खां जुदा करे ऐं पाकिस्तान खे ॾिनो वियो हो, was given away to Pakistan. What is the approximate area of Sindh? 57,000 square miles. 57,000 square miles is the size of Sindh province. What is the source of survival and existence of Sindh? Sindhu Nadi, Sindhu River. Sindhu Nadi was the source of survival and existence of Sindh. See, Sindhu Nadi ma Sindhu थियो, Sindhu ma असीं सिंधी थियासीं, असांजी ॿोली सिंधी थी. The whole origin of the culture, civilization is all dependent on Sindhu River, Sindhu Nadi. Nadi mana river. This word Sindhu Nadi you see here. अच्छा तो तव्हांखे ॾिसण में Sindhu Nadi. What is the source of survival and existence of Sindh? Sindhu Nadi. Sindhu Nadi जे करे सिंधु कायम आहे ऐं सिंध प्रॉस्पर करे थी, फ्लरिश करे थी, साई आहे. Which river originates from Mansarovar Lake in Kailash, flows through Tibet, Kashmir, Punjab, Sindh, and merges in Arabian Sea? Sindhu River. This is the entire track of Sindhu River. It originates from Mansarovar Lake at Kailash, flows from Tibet, Kashmir, Punjab, Sindh, and flows into Arabian Sea. Sindhu Nadi. Now, what I will do is, Aron, name the most famous ancient civilization site in Sindh. Mohenjo-daro, sabni ka purani sabhyata. How old is this ancient civilization? 5,000 saal purano hai. 5,000 saal purano, it was prospering at that time. But to come to that level, that existed for another 10,000 years before it. When it came to a level, it became like most advanced urban civilization 5,000 years ago. हाणे ही जेके तव्हांखे सवाल जवाब आहिनि न हिन में, it only enhances your knowledge, your ability to take one word and write a sentence. तव्हांखे आंसर आहे क्वेश्चन अंग्रेजी में आहे, how to write it in Sindhi. So this was my main objective of bringing this lesson to you today. ऐं ही ताईं वधीक पाण करे सघो था, go up to the end of it. इन में सिंधी ॿोली रोमनाइज़ सिंधी स्क्रिप्ट जे बारे में बि लिखियो अथमि, सभु कुझु आहे हिन में. Name the first college established by Sindhis in India. Bombay, 1948. Jain College in Bombay. Jain College in Bombay was established by Sindhis in 1948. Right, 1 year after partition. See, Sindhis were so advanced that they did not come and start begging. They created institutions within 1 year. They left everything behind. First thing they do and come open a college in Bombay. And till today, Jain College is one of the leading most colleges of Bombay. If you have been to Bombay, then you will know that. How many of you know about it? Have you heard of Jain College, Bombay? Is at Churchgate?
Yeah. It's very, very famous.
We have to be proud about it. That Sindhis within 1 year of partition coming penniless, they come and create the colleges. What an enterprising community is Sindhis. From Mohenjo-daro to Jain College, see our progress. Never gave up.
We should take Karan's suggestion and change its name to
Hmm?
Jai Sindh. Should take Karan's suggestion and change its name to Jai Sindh.
The principle of Jain
Everyone who agrees says aye.
Get the petition started, Karan.
Will do. After this class, it's been a great semester, so I'll start that petition with the lessons learned.
Online petition.
मुतागे में इतनी information नहीं है. This one page, if you go through from top to bottom, read these 40 answers and पंहिंजी सिंधीअ में construct कयो ये answers. So you will have a lot of fun understanding and speaking Sindhi sentences. ही मूं तव्हांखे जेको लेसन ॾिनो न नंबर 19, this was सिंध जो इतिहास. I had given you these sentences in English and Sindhi. This was basically giving you the same knowledge, but from 19th I developed this 20th, which I gave it to you today, question answers a format में. So you should be able to write the sentences in Sindhi using 19 as a basis, how to write Sindhi sentence, and yes, use 20th as your test. You got answer, you got a question, how to write the answer in Sindhi sentence. ठीक है? तव्हांखे मां जल्दी थोड़ो अंग कराईंदुसि so that you are refreshed in your knowledge of numbers, because he असांखे तमामु घणो कमु ईंदा आहिनि numbers. अंग माना numbers we use a lot. What do we use them for? Dates, age, and addresses. Every time सिंधी अंग असीं कमायूं था. हिक खां वठी 31 ताईं कैलेंडर में माना any dates you can mention. Age ताईं पंहिंजी ॿुधाए सघो था in numbers. ऐं तारीख़ूं ऐं anything that you want to quantify अंग. मां तव्हांखे क्विकली रिमाइंड कराईंदुसि अॼु 10 सभु चओ 10 10 माना 10 10 20
Via.
30
Yeah.
40
Chalia.
50
50
60
60
70
70
80
80
90
90
100
So.
110
Soda.
120
120
माना छा हुयो all tens 10 का 10 20 30 40 50 ऐं पोइ उन में हिकिड़ो घटि हुजे त 20 जे बदिरां 19 हिकिड़ो घटि हुजे त 30 मां हिकिड़ो घटि हुजे त 29 40 मां हिकिड़ो घटि हुजे त 39 50 मां हिकिड़ो घटि हुजे त 49 60 मां हिकिड़ो घटि हुजे 59 70 मां हिकिड़ो घटि हुजे 69 80 मां हिकिड़ो घटि हुजे 79 90 मां हिकिड़ो घटि हुजे 99 ऐं पोइ 99 ऐं 100. So there is lot of logic how to know these numbers and how to be able to use them without the fear. अंग जेके आहिनि न, अॼु कहिड़ी तारीख़ है? Who will tell me that? अॼु कहिड़ी तारीख़ है?
3 तारीख़.
30. अॼु 30 तारीख़ आहे. कल कहिड़ी तारीख़ हुई? कल yesterday. कल कहिड़ी तारीख़ हुई? 29. 30 खां हिकिड़ो घटि 29. ऐं जुलाई जे महीने में घणा ॾींहं थींदा?
Ekatriya.
31 जुलाई जे महीने में घणा ॾींहं थींदा? 31
Oh, yes.
31 टीह 31 त 29 30 31. So this is how logically you can always speak out the number. ठीक है? साल में घणा महीना थींदा आहिनि? How many months are there in a year? साल में घणा महीना थींदा आहिनि?
12.
12.
12.
हफ्ते में घणा ॾींहं थींदा आहिनि?
70.
वेरी गुड. अच्छा, साल में घणा हफ्ता थींदा आहिनि?
12.
52.
वेरी गुड.
50 and 2.
52. ही 50 51 52. साल में घणा हफ्ता थींदा आहिनि? 52. ही कहिड़ो साल पियो हले?
Why?
ही कहिड़ो साल पियो हले?
2024.
2024.
24.
2024. हाणे ॾिसो अंग असां कीअं कमु आंदा आहिनि. एवरी टाइम नंबर्स वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. तव्हीं चई सघो था मुंहिंजी उमिरि 16 साल आहे, मुंहिंजी उमिरि 25 साल आहे, मुंहिंजी उमिरि 30 साल आहे, मुंहिंजी उमिरि 31 साल आहे, 32 साल आहे. त ऑल दीज अंग जेके आहिनि वी हैव टू बी एबल टू से इन सिंधी.
मुंहिंजी उमिरि 107 आहे.
हा, छा चए
मेरी
नमेश?
उम्र 100 साल आहे.
हा,
मेरी उम्र 100 साल आहे.
मुंहिंजी उमिरि 101 102
साल आहे.
तूं चओ
तव्हां
110
दवाई वठो।
साल आहे, पोइ 100 खे विसारींदासीं, 10 साल थी वेंदे हली. चओ
तव्हां
मुंहिंजी
दवाई
उमिरि
वठिजो,
110 साल आहे.
ख़्याल रखिजो।
ठीकु आहे. त हाणे अंग बि थी विया. तव्हांखे अॼु मूं लेसन्स बि कराया आहिनि. ऐं वी हैड हाणे मां तव्हांखे चवंदुसि त अॼु ताईं मूंखे 2-2 4-4 सिटूं चई ॿुधायो. आई वॉन्ट यू टू शो मी दैट यू हैव मेड सम प्रोग्रेस. सिंधीअ में सिटूं चई ॿुधायो. करण, पहिरीं तूं शुरू कर.
Um, are you asking about what I'm doing this week, Uncle?
तो छा कयो ऐं छा कंदे? We will open up the forum, ask, tell and share Sindhi in Sindhi, your impressions and what you did and your activities.
हाँ. मूं मूं समझो सिंधी. महिरबानी अंकल. तव्हां I'll try in English. I learned a lot, and it's been great to get more insights, especially about Sindhi history. And I'm trying my best to digest so that way when I come back next semester, I can be able to learn even more. Overall, this has been like a great experience because it's just nice to have everyone who's in the same page, who wants to learn and grow. And also, thank you to Priya for organizing other sessions for people too, and for them to join. Overall, the Sydney class has been good. I think next time I would love to get more time to like talk as well, and just be able to interact, and also just continue to grow and stumble across the way, because that's part of the growing part is stumbling. So no, this has been really good. Thank you, Uncle. Meherbani.
तो हेतिरियूं ॻाल्हियूं चयूं, पर मां चाहियां थो त इहे नंढियूं नंढियूं सिटूं तूं सिंधीअ में लिखो. Because that will be your real achievement of this class. You said all good things, पर उन्हनि खे तूं सिंधीअ में लिखो, नंढियूं नंढियूं सिटूं बि लिखो. चओ भाई प्रिया.
मूंखे हिकिड़ो सजेशन आहे. शायदि सभिनी गाना जाम ॻाल्हाईंदा सघंदा, So can they just say Minjo Nalo, so and so I, my hitirinda I, my hitirindi I, my hotirindo I? If they don't want to, if they're not comfortable saying the sentences of what they did the past week.
मूं वो अॻु में लेसन करायो जंहिंमें बेसिक सेंटेंसिस आहिनि
Uh,
मुंहिंजे पीउ जो नालो मुंहिंजे माउ जो नालो भाउ जो नालो छा आहे मां किथे नौकरी कंदो आहियां मां हिते घुमण थो वञा तई हलो मूंसां गॾु मूं वटि कुतो कोन्हे ॿिली कोन्हे मां हिते पढ़ंदो आहियां उहे सभु सेंटेंसिस आहिनि पर मां चाहियां थो त तई ब्रेक द बैरियर जेको न असीं अंग्रेज़ी में सोचूं था ऐं उनखे ट्रांसलेट था करणु चाहियूं सिंधीअ में त हाणे ताईं सिंधीअ में ई चवणु शुरू कयो भले ॿ टे अखर चओ सिट पूरी न अचे पर कोशिशि कयो ऐं स्टार्ट बिल्डिंग द ब्रिजिस मुंहिंजी इहा ई कोशिशि थींदी त तई सिंधीअ में ॻाल्हायो
I think he wants you to say a few sentences in
Yeah.
Sindhi Karen.
हा
Yeah, no, I get it. I guess like yeah, I'm still getting there as far as trying to formulate real sentences in real time versus just repeating what we've learned. Like Minjo Nalo Karan Aye, Minjo Pijo Nalo Kishore Vaswani Aye, Me, Minjo Umar Ikatia Sal Aya. I guess like I can remember those and those would be
हा
good, but I'm still having a hard time, especially with verbs and trying to understand past, present, future. So coming to the future classes will be a lot more helpful for sure.
ठीक है वेरी गुड कोशिशि करे हाणे तो टे सेंटेंसिस चई ॿुधाया न make a list of 20 sentences about your personal life, your friends and your family, your likes and dislikes, your work. 20 सेंटेंस चाहिए उन्हनि खे तूं रिपीट कर त तुंहिंजी ज़बान खुलंदी बिकॉज वी स्टॉप एट थर्ड फोर्थ फिफ्थ सेंटेंस ऐं तंहिंखां पोइ असीं अंग्रेज़ी में सोचणु था शुरू कयूं अंग्रेज़ी में था ॻाल्हाइणु शुरू कयूं आई वुड रादर हैव यू अ प्रैक्टिस ऑफ 20-25 सेंटेंसिस सिंधीअ में कीप सेइंग दोस just see how it helps उनखे चवणो न थींदो आहे हिकिड़ो पुश खपंदी आहे टू स्टार्ट स्विमिंग असीं किनारे ते वेठा आहियूं ऐं पेर ऐं हथ पिया हलायूं डपु थो लॻे डपु थियण ई न खपे छो जो ॿुॾण जो त चांस ई कोन्हे ॿोली आहे न हिन में कुझु न कुझु त असीं विझंदा ॻाल्हाए विझंदासीं समथिंग वी विल ऑलवेज टॉक डू इट ऐं ज़रूरी आहे मां चाहियां थो त इहा ताईं प्रोग्रेस कयो दैट वॉज द वन ऑफ द रीज़न्स मूं तव्हांखां शुरू में पुछो त नेक्स्ट सेमिस्टर में असीं कीअं कयूं मां अॻियां एडवांस करे वञा त तई अञा ताईं ॻाल्हाए नथा सघो त मूंखे उहा ई कोशिशि थींदी त पहिरीं ताईं ॻाल्हाए सघो त पोइ मां अॻियां वधां न त आई कीप गिविंग यू टू मच एंड देन सडनली यू सी दैट वाटर इज अबाउ योर हेड इहा बि ॻाल्हि आहे न
Makes sense. I guess
हा
the little things like Kia Chayavo or Hikaswal Aya is like the little things I've been able to pick up to get me like the baby steps going on to understand more. But I will definitely move towards making 20 like at least 20-25 sentences of just major things so that as you just instructed to have a better way to speak. So I'll move forward with that.
20-25 sentence without hesitation you speak it out then you will see that you are airborne असीं छा था कयूं जो तरसी बीह था रहूं see that hesitation and fear that मूंखे ॻाल्हाइण कोन थो अचे is holding us back तरण जी यही प्रिंसिपल है ना how do you learn swimming you have to get into the water and start and then suddenly you see you are floating and once you are floating then you are able to go forward इहा प्रोसेस जेका आहे सिंधी ॻाल्हाइण जी I am trying to make sure that how because we are used to speaking and thinking in English सिंधीअ में कीअं कयूं उन लाइ इहो ई तरीक़ो आहे 20 खनि सेंटेंसिस परफेक्ट सिंधीअ में लिखी करे ऐं उन्हनि खे कमु आणणु शुरू कयूं even if they are basic sentences just speak it
Can I say a sentence?
हा चओ पिंकेश
असांखे असांजी नाव छॾे सिंधु नदी में डूबण लाइ कूदणु खपे
टिपणु खपे हा
कूदणु खपे
हाँ टिपण खपे त जीअं असीं तरूं
तरूं.
सिंधु नदीअ में असीं तरूं
So
स्विम
we need
कयूं
to abandon our boats and jump into the Sindhu River.
हा
We
असांखे
will not
टिपो
swim.
ॾियणो आहे पाणीअ में टिपो ॾियणो आहे ऐं पोइ हथ हलाइणा आहिनि ऐं पोइ असीं तरणु सिखंदासीं
Hmm.
Hippo is jump, right?
टिपो ॾियणु
Oh,
करेक्ट
Hippo.
टिपो
Okay.
ॾियणु हाणे तूं ॿुधाए नित्या ऐं नीलम तव्हां कहिड़ा सिटूं तयारु कयूं आहिनि ॿुधायो ॿई ॿ सिटूं ॿुधायो
मां chana masala खाधो
खाधो
खाधो मां मुंहिंजो मां ॻाल्हायो मुंहिंजो पीउ ॻाल्हायो I spoke with my dad
मूं पंहिंजे पीउ सां ॻाल्हायो
मुंहिंजो पीउ जो ॻाल्हायो
मूं पंहिंजे पीउ सां ॻाल्हायो
मुंहिंजे पीउ सां
पंहिंजे माए
okay
पंहिंजे पीउ सां ॻाल्हायो
okay
आई स्पोक सिंधीअ में हा पोइ
I was gonna say, Karan, Neelam, and Mukhe, or Minjo, Minnesota, Vanya, Vanando. So, Karan, Neelam, and I are all going to Minnesota this week. How would I say?
असीं वञूं था हिन हफ़्ते वेंदासीं
Yeah, Asi Vanyan tha.
वेंदासीं दिस इज फ्यूचर टेंस
Yeah.
असीं वेंदासीं वी विल गो मां वेंदसि असीं वेंदासीं हिन हफ़्ते मिनीसोटा वेंदासीं
Huh.
करेक्ट
Huh.
वञण इज द वर्ब मां वेंदसि असीं वेंदासीं
Asi Vendasi. Huh.
हा
And
you want to say anything about work
huh. Hina hafte. I'm trying to say I'm off of work on this week.
मां मोकल ते आहियां
Ma mokalte.
मोकल ते आहियां हिन हफ़्ते मां मोकल ते आहियां ॿियो
Kind of like Karan said, I need to practice writing down some sentences as well.
वी सेंटेंस ज़रूर लिखो
Huh.
I am telling you, you have to get out of that fear. Start writing and start speaking. You are in the water and you will start floating. वो नंढा ॿार जेके थींदा आहिनि न उहे तकिड़ो छो सिखंदा आहिनि They don't have any fear of wrong or right. They speak and they know and they learn and they are using it frequently. असीं वॾा डिॼूं था ग़लति आहे हीअं हूअं आहे ॻाल्हाइणु शुरू कयो That's the only way to do it. ठीक है तव्हांजो फादर किथे आहे हिते पीउ आहे हिते
He was just here for the weekend and he left it.
वापस वियो
वापस वेंदो
उन ॾींहुं मूंखे हुन सां ॻाल्हाइणो हो पर असांजो कंप्यूटर जो प्रॉब्लम थी पियो एंड में मां ॻाल्हाए कोन सघियुसि न त मूं चयो मां वधीक ॻाल्हाईंदुसि सॉरी कन्वे टू माय रिगार्ड्स चइजांइसि त भई माफ़ कजो हुन ॾींहुं अंकल जो कंप्यूटर ठीकु कोन हो त वधीक कोन ॻाल्हाए सघियासीं
ज़रूरु
हाणे नमिश तूं ॿुधाए
Sorry, what?
तूं ॿुधाए सिंधीअ में घणा सेंटेंसिस ॿुधाईंदे 4 5
I still don't get what you're saying.
तो कल्ह छा कयो हिन हफ़्ते छा कंदे मोकलुनि में छा
Oh, what I'm doing over the weekend?
हा सिंधीअ
What
में
I'm
ॿुधाए
doing over the break. Ma Wisconsin Dells में रहंदो हिक हफ़्ते के लिए
हिक हफ़्ते लाइ
मां वाटर पार्क मां
वाटर पार्क वेंदुस
Ah.
हिकु हफ़्ते लाइ
No, I'm going to go.
हा मां वेंदुस फ्यूचर
When
मां
this
वेंदुस हिकु हफ़्ते जे लाइ और 1 वीक चयो न हिकु हफ़्ते लाइ वाटर पार्क वेंदुस
No,
और
I'm going in 1 week.
हफ़्ते खां पोइ वेंदुसि हफ़्ते खां पोइ आफ्टर 1 वीक हफ़्ते खां पोइ वाटर पार्क वेंदुसि ॿियो
Uh, मूं picnic attend.
कई
What?
डिड यू गो फॉर द पिकनिक
No, I'm going to attend it.
हा मां पिकनिक
Picnic.
लाइ वेंदुसि
When this
वेंदुसि विल गो इन फ्यूचर
Yeah.
फ्यूचर टेंस वेंदुसि मां पिकनिक ते वेंदुसि
मूं मुंहिंजी माउ जो बर्थडे जुलाई 3rd
3 जुलाई
3 जुलाई या
ते आहे
पे आहे
सुठो तमामु सुठो ऐं उन ते छा कंदे तूं बर्थडे ते
I don't know yet.
मूंखे ख़बर कोन्हे
खबर कोन्हे
कुझु त ज़रूरु कंदुसि आई डू समथिंग कुझु त ज़रूरु कंदुसि कुझु त समथिंग ठीकु है ॾाढो सुठो
I have classes for my
समर
I have some classes for like a sport on my mom's birthday.
ओके मूंखे कुझु क्लासिस बि अटेंड करणा आहिनि
4 to 5.
4 to 5 4 खां 5 ताईं अच्छा ठीकु है ॾाढो सुठो चङो उषा हाणे तूं ॿुधाए ॿ चारि सिटूं
हाय अंकल अॼु मुंहिंजी तबीयत थोड़ी ढीली आहे
हा
मूंखे अखियूं में पाणी पियो अचे
अच्छा
पर मूंखे क्लास त ॾाढी वणी
हा
ऐं मां मम्मीअ खां ॻाल्हायो सिंधीअ में पंहिंजी मामीअ सां चाचीअ सां ॻाल्हायो सभिनि खे सुठो पियो लॻे खिलनि पिया
खिलनि पिया
सभी खिलनि पिया तोखे अचे थी
हा
मां
सिंधी
चयो हा
ॿुधनि
मूंखे
पिया
अचे थी मां सिखां पई त उन्हनि चयो भली वधीक वधीक मतलब वधीक ॻाल्हाए
वधीक ॻाल्हाए
त मां
सघे
चयो हा मां सिखां पई
ॾाढो सुठो मां सिखाईंदी वेरी गुड
हा वधीक ॻाल्हाए त मां कोशिशि कयां थी
कोशिशि कयां
ऐं ॿिए हफ़्ते मां मिशिगन घुमण वियसि 2 ॾींहं लाइ मुंहिंजी सौट आई हुई त उन्हनि सां मां मिलियसि बाक़ी सभु ठीकु आहे मां अॻिले सेमेस्टर मां ॿियो कुझु सिखंदसि तव्हां सां
ठीकु है ॾाढो सुठो ज़रूरु
हा ॾाढो सुठो लॻो
सिखण लाइ त घणो ई आहे असीं कोशिशि कंदासीं तव्हांखे वधीक वधीक इंफॉर्मेशन ॾियूं पर जेके लेसन मूं तव्हांखे ॾिना आहिनि न अॻु में असीं उन्हनि ते वधीक ज़ोर ॾींदासीं त जीअं चई उहे कमु आणे सघो मां
हा
ॾिसां थो ज़रूरत आहे उन्हनि नॉलेज खे कमु आणण जे लाइ सिटूं लिखणु ऐं ॻाल्हाइणु देर इज़ सो मच इंफॉर्मेशन ऑलरेडी विथ यू उनखे असीं कमु कीअं आणियूं टू यूज़ इट असांखे वधीक उन ते कॉन्सेंट्रेट करिणो पवंदो
वाकई वाकई सही
ठीकु
ॻाल्हि
आहे न हा
आहे
वेरी गुड ॾाढो सुठो पिंकेश हाणे तूं ॿुधाए
मूंखे हर सेमेस्टर मां बिगिनर वांगुरु ई फील थींदो आहे हुननि जे लाइ मूंखे क्लास अटेंड करणु क्लास अटेंड तव्हां to listen to you like I like attending class to listen to you. So मूंखे
क्लास में अचणु वणंदो आहे, सुठो लॻंदो आहे।
हाँ, तव्हांखे सुनण जे लाइ और तव्हांखे
ॿुधण जे लाइ।
ॿुधण जे लाइ मां क्लास अचां थो and you are the main attraction for me to attend class, your personality, तव्हांजी एनर्जी, तव्हांजी पर्सनैलिटी, तव्हांजो इतिहास जो सिंध जो इतिहास जो चवंदा आहियूं
सिंध जो इतिहास बि।
हाँ या जस्ट नीड तव्हांखे ॿुधण हिकु ॾींहुं मुंहिंजी बि भाषा सुठी थींदी मां सोचंदो
ॿुधण खां पोइ ॻाल्हाइण सां।
ॻाल्हाइण
The process is listen, speak. ॿुधण खां पोइ ॻाल्हाइण ज़रूरी आहे।
हा
ठीकु आहे, ॾाढो सुठो। हाणे प्रिया तूं ॿुधाए।
अंकल ॾाढी वॾी महिरबानी सभिनी जे लाइ, तव्हांजे लाइ। तव्हांजे करे असां सभु सिंधी सिखां पई,
सिखूं पिया।
सिखनि पिया। ऐं असां जाम सिखियो हिन सेमेस्टर में। ऐं असां how would you say, मां सम्झां थी असां सभिनी we are looking forward to the next class, the next semester.
असीं नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर जे लाइ इंतज़ारु
असीं
कंदासीं।
इंतज़ार
सेमेस्टर जे लाइ इंतज़ार कंदासीं।
तो छा कयो अॻे हफ़्ते में ऐं हीअं छा कंदीअं?
हिन हफ़्ते मां कमु कयसि मुंहिंजी गार्डन में। मूंखे जाम क़िस्मनि जो गुलाबी आहिनि। मूंखे जाम रोज़िस आहिनि, सो कंहिंखे गुलाबी जो रंग आहे, कंहिंखे नारंगी जो रंग आहे, कंहिंखे ॻाढ़ो जो रंग आहिनि। सो मां सभु हुनखे like look after
संभालींदी
that.
आहियां उन्हनि खे,
संभालंदी
टेक केयर
आहियां।
ऑफ देम।
हाँ।
सुठो, ॾाढो सुठो।
बेसब्रीअ सां इंतज़ार
हाँ?
impatient बेसब्रीअ सां इंतज़ार कंदासीं
बेसब्री सां इंतज़ारु कंदासीं।
wait impatiently
ठीकु आहे, ॾाढो सुठो। त पोइ अॼु असीं क्लास कंक्लूड था कयूं ऐं हाणे सभु गॾिजी चओ, मां सिंधी आहियां।
मां सिंधी आहियां।
मां सिंधी आहियां।
असीं सिंधी आहियूं।
असीं
असीं
सिंधी
सिंधी आहियूं।
सिंधीअ में ॻाल्हाईंदासीं
सिंधीअ में
सिंधीअ में
ॻाल्हाईंदा
ॻाल्हाईंदासीं
ऐं सिंधीअ में सोचींदासीं बि।
हिंदीअ
ऐं
में
सिंधी में
में
सोचींदासीं।
सोचींदासीं बि।
ऐं हाणे घटि में घटि 20 सिंधी सेंटेंसिस सिटूं लिखी ऐं पोइ उन्हनि खे रिपीट कंदासीं। सभु लिखो। हिन मोकलुनि जे वक़्त में जेसि ताईं ॿियो सेमेस्टर शुरू थिए, घटि में घटि 20 सेंटेंसिस 20 सिटूं सिंधीअ में लिखी पोइ उन्हनि खे असीं दोहिराईंदासीं, रिपीट कंदासीं त जीअं असांजी ज़बान खुले। सभु एग्री?
हाँ।
एवरीबडी एग्रीज?
यस, हाँ हाँ,
सभु
मंजूर।
तव्हां ॿिन्ही कोन खयो? हा, ओके, आई कैन सी। ऐं व्हाट अबाउट नमेश? ओके, ग्रेट, ॾाढो सुठो। ऐं तव्हां सभिनी खे तमामु सुठी वैकेशन हुजे। ऐं
अंकल तव्हां छा कंदा आहियो वेकेशन में?
अरे तूं मूंखां पुछ ई न। मूंखे एॾा कम पिया आहिनि फ्रॉम नेक्स्ट 2 hours टू नेक्स्ट अगस्त ताईं। आई एम टोटली बुक्ड, डे टू डे, वीक टू वीक। तंहिंमें हीअं recently there have been 3 or 4 deaths in the Sindhi community. So organizing whatever is to be done. Then prayers for them and all that, going to the temples. And there are 2 weddings that I am performing. Sindhi Sato Sona. उन्हनि जे लाइ जाम प्रिपरेशन करणो पवंदो आहे ऐं तंहिंखां पोइ I have certain commitments to meet with people and bring our community together. त उन में बि कंटिन्यूअसली मुंहिंजो कमु पियो हले जीअं चंड जी पूॼाऊं करणु ही करणु उहो सभु थींदियूं उहे ऐं टू टेल यू फ्रैंकली मूंखे पंहिंजे पर्सनल जे लाइ टाइम कोन मिलंदो आहे मुंहिंजी डॉटर मूं न निहारींदी आहे चवंदी आहे डैड यू नॉट डन दिस डैड यू नॉट डन दिस मां चवंदो पुटु आस्ते आस्ते उहो बि थी वेंदो मूंखे थोरो वक़्तु मिले त चवंदी हाणे तव्हांखे वक़्तु मिले थो
तव्हांखे बि आराम खपे
आराम खां वधीक असांखे engagement is important. I'm telling you, असांजी उम्र में to keep brain active and to remain involved is more important than to laze down and relax. मां त पंहिंजो प्रोग्राम ठाहींदो आहियां कलाक any hour by hour how to keep doing things. My wife, my son, they also need my time and help. उन्हनि खे बि ॾींदो आहियां पर community is my main objective and goal to keep serving them. ऐं मुंहिंजूं इंडिया सां ॻाल्हि ॿोल हले पई राति जो 11-12 बजे ताईं मुंहिंजा फ़ोन कॉल्स इंडिया सां हलंदा आहिनि. So that goes on. फ़िलहाल ईअं पियो लॻे त through November it will be a very busy time for me up to November. So might take a trip to India for 2 months. So busy things involved into Sindhi language and the community with India.
ॾाढो सुठो तव्हां जाम कंदा आहियो
हाँ मूंखे वणे थो ऐं आई थिंक कंहिंखे त कम्युनिटी में कमु करिणो ई आहे ॿिए कंहिं ना निहारजे चइजे तूं कर या हिनखे चओ कर पाण ई कयूं त पाण ई सभु पिया गॾु अचनि. इट हेल्प्स. सम्मेलन जे लाइ उन्हनि चयो त तव्हां अचो इंटरनेशनल सिंधी सम्मेलन ते उहो मां कोन वञी सघंदुसि छो जो मूंखे इंडिया में वञिणो आहे त पोइ ॿिन्ही पासे नथो वञी सघां. आई कैन नॉट गो टू बोथ. मिड़ई वक़्तु गुज़री वेंदो जीअं मालिक कराए थो मां त चवंदो आहियां महिर आहे मालिक जी जो असांखां कमु कराए थो. इट इज़ हिज छा चइबो आहे न ब्लेसिंग that he makes you do the things. That's how I am able to do it. न कराए त पोइ कुझु कोन थिए. He makes us do things. Let's hope, keeping fingers crossed. जेतिरा साल कराए ओतिरो सुठो. ठीक है ॾाढो सुठो ऐं तव्हां अचो पिया क्लास में ऐं अगस्त में जॾहिं शुरू कंदासीं त try to bring others also. Those who have been sitting on the shoreline or borderline saying some other time, don't wait. जेतिरो जल्दी ईंदा ओतिरो सुठो. ठीक है. ऐं प्रिया तो उनखे लेसन्स मोकिलिया जेके रिकॉर्ड कया हुआ 2 लेसन्स.
मां हिकिड़ी कट कंदसि हाणे हिन खां पोइ मोकिले.
अदिति चयो पे तो न कोन मिलिया आहिनि.
हाँ मां अॼु कंदसि.
कोशिशि करे मोकिलिजंसि.
हाँ ज़रूर.
ठीक है. चङो
I
ॾाढो
want to say
सुठो.
if anybody is visiting the Bay Area, let's try to meet up. Yeah, maybe we
Any?
can. So if anybody is visiting the Bay Area, let's try to meet in person and
हाँ
we can
अचो हिते
meet
गॾिजो.
uncle also.
करण त हिते ई है. पायल
Okay.
भी हिते है. धीरज भी हिते है.
जाम माण्हू आहे बे एरिया में.
4-5 त बे एरिया में बाक़ी तई जेके ॿाहिरि में आयो If you are visiting from New York or Chicago or anywhere, most welcome. ॾाढो सुठो. जय झूलेलाल. Once
Yeah,
again.
Thank you, uncle. Thank you.
जय झूलेलाल.
Happy
छा
summer.
चए थो उषा?
जय झूलेलाल.
जय झूलेलाल. जय झूलेलाल. मेरा ही
जय झूलेलाल.
Nice summer. Bye bye.
Bye.